Yes, days of the future past. Going back 400 years ago, we had the Stuart kings, and we had a lot of idea of religious zealots. And the main party involved was the Kirk party. So talk about Back to the Future. Here we are, religious zealots and the Kirk party, and this all involves the kings Charles and James. And of course we have Kirk, who is Charles James. And we have, of course, the James Kirk from the Star Trek. And of course the James with Jamestown and the Bible, real foundational things there. The real start of Enterprise, which is the name of that ship, because that's what Jamestown was, a real enterprise, they used to say. So, again, Back to the Future. And yes, educate, don't mandate tour. This is under search for Kirk party. And here's the Kirk party in good old India. No surprise there, is there? There's always something hanging about. And this one, of course, looks a lot like J.D. Vance. They could be cousins, as it were. Certainly Batch Brew. And he's got the Indian wife. And of course, the FBI guy involved in this is another Indian. So plenty of Indians creeping around in this Kirk idea. Yes, an army of ungodly elements. They purged the Covenanters General Assembly and crowned Charles II as King of Scotland. Right there. And Presbyterianism, now Donald Trump has been noted as saying that he is a Presbyterian, and he's from this more radical element. And they have the burning bush as their logo, which I've shown a long time ago. But how interesting, we all often talk about the Campbells of Argyll, and it's the Marquis of Argyll that was the leader of the Kirk party in the Wars of Three Kingdoms. So definitely involving war, this Kirk party idea, and covens. Yes, and Archie is here. Archibald Campbell, the first Marquis of Argyll in the Wars of Three Kingdoms. Presbyterianism in opposition. High Church Anglicanism and bishops. So it's quite a complex story here. Eldest son of Archibald Campbell. Archibald Campbell's the eldest son of Archibald Campbell. It's crazy stuff. And look, Douglas. Never far, is it? We've noticed that one before. See, Hamilton Douglas and Campbell Douglas. Douglas Campbell, Campbell Hamilton, and Hamilton Douglas and Hamilton Campbell. I mean, you know, any which way you want to put these things, they always go. The most powerful subject in the kingdom. Took arms for Philip III of Spain. Amazing portrait here, looking nearly like a photograph. Very fine hair, as we would imagine. They must have been doing the Crimson Chin back in the day. It's supposed to be the 9th, but they say it was confirmed as the 8th. Oh, by John Will of the Cock here, biographer. Very interesting hair indeed there, you must say. And just noticing here as I was going to my next page, look, Dynasty star Patricia Crowley dies at 91. What an interesting story. I think we'll have to look at this further in a video. Right now, it just so happens, the Dynasty and the Crowley. Things that seem to fit together here. And here's old Hoggy here, Hog Seth. Hog and Seth with old T-Man itself. But yes, the Crowley always creeping around, isn't it? We've seen that many a time. Yes, Ed Sheeran's already got a song out about Charlie, and here Chris Martin from Coldplay asking fans to send love to Charlie Kirk. But the fans were angry. Pops up everywhere here, old Charlie. So yes, just before we had the clash in Paris on the Diana Spencer Day, the 31st, we had this story here. Danielle Spencer, the child actor who played Dee, little sis Dee, just like John Dee, Sandra Dee. We've covered so many times these ideas. And what's happening, dying at the 6 hex number here. But Danielle, of course, Dina, Diana, Diane, at least. But you can get the idea. And we have Spencer. Yes, we have Spencer. And here mentioned with the good old Hulk Hogan. And also, there happens to be, just a few days ago, another Danielle Spencer that was married to Russell Crowe. The Crow, which is like Bran, of course. But this is another one too. Holly Robinson. Now, we just saw that Robinson name, didn't we? Tyler Robinson, or Tyler the guard at the lodge. And here we have a Danielle Spencer tribute from Holly Robinson. Right on the money here with these little connections, definitely. What's happening? And here's the picture of it here. Look at this damn moustache here. Cause of death and net worth, Danielle Spencer. And mixed up with Russell Crowe every time. A sweet family snap of Russell Crowe. Yes, with this Royal Charles and James and Kirk party. And as we saw there, Danielle Spencer. We have Spencer Cox. Now, Cox is quite an interesting name, actually, related to the butler's idea in Moneygall, the place of foreigners, suggesting an earlier place where they snuck in to develop the tea program, possibly. But Spencer again here, folks, right? In the middle of it all, with all this August 31 sort of ritual around that area, saw the Daniel Spencer, and then so many days after we have this, and what do we have? A Spencer in the middle of it all. I couldn't believe it when I saw this, but I could because I know I haven't seen the Danielle Spencer, and then to see this governor to disagree better. We're going to have to disagree better. This is the latest idea here. And leftist ideologies. And we have Tyler Robinson. The Robinson, a big thing, and a Tyler, of course, the guard at the lodge. But log off and touch grass. Whatever the hell that means, and disagree better. He's like a Kamala Harris. He's got all these things about him, the word salads. Yes, Tyler Robinson. And the Robinson, Crusoe Robinson, of course, in Lost in Space. And Tyler, and a mate of mine's defending Mike Tyson, so he can't possibly be what I've told him he is, but Tyler, the Ty son, the son of the Tyler. It's like the Lewis son. Yeah, not cooperating is Tyler. And the political divide, and it's all around Spencer. Spencer Cox, eh? This is our moment. This is our moment. You got to be kidding. There he is, in the moment. Yes, the burning bush. very much the symbol of this Presbyterian zealot party that Donna quite proudly says he belongs to.
And we're going to protect Christianity. And I can say that. I don't have to be politically correct, or we're going to protect it. You know? And I asked Jerry and I asked some of the folks, because I hear this is a major theme right here, but 2 Corinthians, right? 2 Corinthians 3:17, that's the whole ball game. Where the Spirit of the Lord, right? Where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is liberty. And it's so representative of what's taken place. But we are going to protect Christianity. And if you look what's going on throughout the world, you look at Syria, where if you're Christian, they're chopping off heads. You look at the different places, and Christianity, it's under siege. I'm a Protestant. I'm very proud of it. Presbyterian, to be exact. But I'm very proud of it. Very, very proud of it. And we've got to protect, because bad things are happening. Protestant. I'm very proud of it. Presbyterian, to be exact. But I'm very...
Yes, the star of the myrrh, of the ram, of the jaw, the star. We know the star. Of course, 17 in the Taro. He joins the king at the Scottish church, and look, just days before, 12:30 for 33, right here. Crazy stuff. The king and Starmer are at a Scottish church just before. Yes, here's a picture of Starmer and his wifey. Very long arm of the law wifey. This is quite interesting, the little wave of fingers here. And here's Charles. Looking a bit different here somehow. This one's looking very plump, but plenty of masonry in the background, as we can see here. And Balmoral. The Ballymorals. It's a bruising week in politics. But look at this one. The Duchess of Kent's coffin leaves palace ahead of funeral, and she's going to be in a chapel of the Blessed Virgin Mary. There has been so much Mary stuff, which we have been analysing on this channel and continues to be. Just before we had that Minneapolis at the Annunciation, of course. And, yeah, Crassy Kirk. So we've got the Kirk name with Starmer and the King just a few days before, folks. How is that? And finally for this video, we have our Tyler, the Guardian of the Lodge, and the number 7, even double 7 if you look at it. Very well pronounced here on the jacket, or on the jumper as we call them in Australia. And the hands only going to the belt line there. We can see the way it's coming up the stairs. So there's definitely a Tyler. A very interesting character in the mix. And certainly there will be more to look at in these things over the next few days. It's just been exploding and exploding again. And I'm expecting something the opposite now. Something like another George Floyd to balance back. So everybody will be protesting and carrying on. We had 4 protests in Australia last weekend. All different causes. It is the year of the protest. And I can see. And they even had one for Charlie. Just Squeeze Charlie, remember that? They have been loving this Charlie name for a long, long time, that's for certain.